Okay, on everyone, how is everybody doing? Well, this is such an Astroverse strong. Oh my god. God, I want Strollmate to touch everything. Holy shit, he's so talented. Oh my god. Ah, Stromae! God. Whew. Well, I hope everybody's having a good day. I've been feeling relatively sick the last couple days, so I'm so tired. Let's see. All right. All right, let's work on these tweaks here. All right, so let's just tweak this just a little bit. So I'm going to actually go ahead and get rid of this hand here, actually. Oh, God. Wow. Why is Stromae literally just like an absolute icon? Thankfully, this is an easy line to fix, not going to lie. So let's just go do that. And we're going to move this down. So I'm going to work on two of these, or I really need to like pick up the pace here on this. Okay, so that's good. Let's take this head. This is an easy fix as well. It's always a good day for Irish sea shanties, I guess. I don't want to make it too crazy here. Let me back up and see what we can... It's a very subtle shift, but we'll see if she likes this. Okay, now let's do the cat, and then we're going to go on to the next thing. All right. So let me go get rid of this cat. Bye, cat! I don't like the body language of that cat. I don't like the body language of that cat either. Oh, I like the body language of this cat. All right, that's fine. We got a cat, guys. Okay, Okay, so let me just whip this cat in really fast so that I can give this correction to the client. Thank you, cat, for your sacrifice to the people. I'm going to go ahead and just rough this in, and then we'll do details on it over top. Thank you, royalty-free cat. Me and cats are not friends. I'm not an animal portrait artist. I don't claim anything. I don't do that. Cats are pretty though, man. So I'm just gonna leave that alone. If I wasn't so tired, I probably would not be doing this way. But my body decided that it was gonna throw an absolute fit and I was gonna be sick for like the last 2 days, and I'm like, my spoons are not there. Oops, let's actually let's see, there's the cat nub. Catnub, catnub. I want Adam Lambert's new album to come out. That's really what I want. Ground. All right, so now let me go in here. There are some things about this that I do not like, so we're going to fix it and then go from there. But I do need to be able to, like, I have no idea what this is, but oh, it's League of Legends. I was like, this is intense. All right, so now I don't need such a smiley cat. I would like a little bit more of a serious look for this cat. All right. Sorry, I'm responding to Andrew inquiry right now. All right, one more thing. Somebody wants to submit a book to Liminal House, which is actually super fucking cool. And I would really love to publish their work. Let me go look for this. Okay, cool. Wow, that was a lot of questions. All right. Somebody is wondering if if they can submit their work to me without a line edit, and I'm like, it really depends on how ass the book is. Okay, let's see what we got.
I gotta go.
What time do you get home?
My last appointment ends at 7, so.
Oh, God.
Like 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Okay, gross.
Yep.
One of you will make some of the lamby.
Sounds good.
So I'll see you later.
Yep, see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
I love you.
I love you too.
Okay. I feel like I have to say that a million times before he leaves. Okay, he's also got whiskers on a catfish. Now this cat is laying down. Let me see. I need reference for this. Okay, let me look at how the anglerfish lures actually work. Anglerfish are funny looking little fucks, man. Not gonna lie. Oh my god, they're funny little dudes. Okay, so actually, I'm gonna put this in a different spot. Now that I know what this cat looks like. I might add other. These are called barbels. I don't know if anybody knew that. These are called catfish barbels. Okay, so now let me get the fleshy bulb part. This little guy has like little catfish, like, or anglerfish barbels. So let me go ahead and add other barbels because catfish have multiple little whiskies. And I think that that'll overall make this cat slightly more interesting. And I'm going to do a couple of additional little whiskies underneath the face, I think. Because this is like an aquatic, like a water cat. It's not like a true cat. I think it'll have like seal texture. Oh my god, Scooter! Scooter! I'm going to also give a couple on the forehead, I think. I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like he needs a little bit of stuff. Yeah, that looks significantly more interesting. This little dude is fucking cute. Oh my god, he's really cute. Oh no, he's so adorable. Oh my god, I love him. Okay, alright, so we got the cat. Cat acquired. Alright, so now we got antlers that are actually quite shorter than I thought that they were. So now, unfortunately, this is going to result in me having to do a lot of, like, fixing. So that does kind of suck. So I'm just going to kind of clean it up and put the antlers on a new layer so that way I can move them if they are having any issues. So okay, so let me go ahead and erase these down. I probably should eat my breakfast. I feel just so gross that I'm like, the thought of eating the last couple of days has just been like so not appealing. Okay, thankfully I'm a good compositor and this did not cross over anything that's like super invasive. So okay, so now I gotta make these antlers like in perspective. Guys, you want to see a cool fucking tool that I got? And by I got, I mean, hold on. Okay, so unfortunately, these deer's antlers are really large. Okay, so this actually might do it for me. I just need to be able to angle these on her head in a way that will be short. Okay, hold on. I got it. Guys, I got it. Also, shout out to Dream Vision Creations for these cool Sika deer antlers, man. Just saying. I'd also like to make a shout out to anybody who subbed to me over on YouTube. I really appreciate it. The one I see the most recently is Arrow May Blackfang. Oh, my allergies are so bad too. I'm getting triple, quadruple whammied with everything from hell right now. I'm not gonna lie. I am so itchy. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to do one antler. This new Photoshop tool is the most insane thing I've ever seen in my whole life. And I remember when it first came out, I was like, I'm not going to use that much. I was wrong. I'm so sorry. I'm so itchy. I'm going to be like blowing my nose a lot probably. Okay, so unfortunately, it didn't know what it was looking at, but okay. Oh my god. Allergies are actually actively the worst. I'm not going to lie. I feel really gross. Why? Okay, so now we're going to make a new mask. And I'm going to invert this, and then we're going to make this mask. Okay, so now, is this perfect? No. Hold on. I don't know why my body is deciding to have just an absolute conniption. I'm assuming that there's pollen in my head. All right. So I don't really need to rotate. Okay, actually, what I'm going to do first, before I do this, is they go up to about, so let me position the antler, so it's about here. And I'm going to shrink it down to about, gosh, this is okay. So actually, for scale, we're gonna leave this scale right here. So that's realistically how big they would be coming up off her forehead. However, we're going to rotate object. All right. I'm going to tilt back. Sure. So that at least kind of gets them to go in the right direction. And I'm going to rotate this way. Because this at least gets us the relative shape. So now I'm going to do this on a new layer. We're going to take this. We're going to reduce the opacity of it. And I'm going to do a new layer. I'm going to get rid of whatever the fuck that stupid floating taskbar is. I hate it so much. Get out of here. So now let's go ahead. Actually, let me keep rotating. Is this tool perfect? No, but does it help to some extent with some perspective issues? Absolutely. So now, what I need to do is we're going to do this on a new layer. I'm going to, oh my god. Zoom, you demon. I'm going to do like this. And we're going to go like this. And I would like another one right there, but these are going to be kind of a smaller antler, just overall. So now we're going to take this, flip, rotate, flip horizontal. Get this bad boy over here. And we're going to bring that down like that, and then we can get rid of these layers so that they stop fucking freaking out. I'm going to leave these antlers on their own layer, but I am going to erase her hair out from underneath it, so if I need to correct it later, I can. Oh, is this new curly? It is. All right, so now we got little antlers. Okay, so what I'm going to do, fit on screen. We're going to take this. We're going to Control-Shift-S. Save this as a JPEG. So this is going to be WIP 3 or WIP 4. Oh, wait. I need rings. Not yet. I almost forgot another edit. That would have been silly. Left hand. Four-finger one is a simple band. Ring. Ring finger. Fancy. Let's look up a fun ring. I need something like leafy. Hey, Alter, thank you so much for that posture check. I was shrimping real bad. You caught me at a good time. How you doing? I hope you're having a great day. Let me see. What do I want to do with this design for this? Ooh, I like this one. Oh, but it's in perspective, though, so it doesn't... Ooh, this one's good, though. I'm looking up little ring inspo for this. This ring here. That way she can have a fan. I mean, we're not really going to see it. There's not too much ring real estate here. I'm working on this commission. I need to adjust some of this stuff. I'm not a huge fan of this. This is such a small composition that like my brush is kind of fat, so I need to be careful. I'm going to go a little bit lighter handed on this so that way he's not so... There we go. Better. Not bad. Let me take a drink. Okay, cool. We'll see you in a bit. Good luck. Good luck out there. I did hydrate, though. Okay, so now let's save this out. Okay. Let's get this open. And we're going to save it down. Image size 72. Save. And then let me go get this to her real fast. Okay. I'm going to open up Daz really fast. No! I opened up Glaze on accident. That's not what I fucking wanted. Okay, so this won't be so bad. Okay. I don't have to do a lot. But... Let me see what I got here. Okay, so let me twist this. He's just gonna have a whole fucking chunk of chair. Okay, let me see what I got.
Hi, Cal. Thanks for the no shrimpy. How you doing?
We're waiting to hear back on this one, and I'm going to start on the other one. Made pancakes with bacon. Bacon pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Take some bacon and I put it in a pancake. Okay, so let me figure out what else is going on here. All right, so that's Alsace. Actually, let me go over here. Okay, let me... How you doing, though? How's the pancakes? Was that the arm? Why they do this to me? You know? Mm. Okay, sorry, I gotta like... I just am not a huge fan. Okay, sure. Sorry, I'm having to do so much posing. Oh, this is just on my release radar. So, yeah, it randomly just came up. But that is cool that they're releasing new music though. Yeah, Spotify, I listen to my release radar every Monday. Just in case anything new and cool came out. Oh god. We got a water cat and that's all that matters. Okay, so now this is the hard part. I gotta find the right... I have to go find... leg, hold on. Arm... hand... leg... Oh wait, I am a fool. Well, no, maybe not. I'm not really seeing what I want. Hold on now. I'm gonna get there eventually. My eyes hurt. Cal, I'm having so bad allergies. The pollen's trying to end my life. It's just not the vibe. Okay, actually, this is what we're gonna do. Oh, that's better. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Sorry, I'm like locked in on this pose. There we go, better. I don't know what's happening to me right now. Why? Why? This is multi pose, multi-figure pose. I'm tired. Hey Blades, how's it going? I'm so sorry. I'm like locked in. Yeah, not the flower spunk. No, it's so bad. It is in my eyeball, bro. It is in my eyes and my nose. Oh, nice. Finished a background. Ooh, nice. Very nice, very nice. It's looking good. It's got good perspective. Looking good. Looking good. I'm excited for Art Fight. It's going to be fun. Hopefully I'll have a lot of time to like be able to actually like go and do this. But I'm ready. I'm hoping that it'll just chill out. Everything will be fine. Everything will be fine. But I hope you're doing well. All right, so now let me see if I can get this to go. Let me turn. Almost there. Man, I do love that funky bass. I'm just saying. I'm just gonna put his arm like that. We're gonna do a front. I'm gonna bend this up. And he's going to be trying to hold her back here. Okay, almost there. Almost there. Oh my lord. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Okay, let me go ahead and line this up. All right, I did it. Oh my god. Nice, that's awesome. Yeah, I have not looked into the theme at all. I'm just kind of going in blind. I'm not going to be able to do a lot for the overall challenge itself just because of what's going on in my own personal life, but it should be pretty fun. Okay, this mix is so fucking bad. I am so sorry. Wow, holy shit. I don't know what Milancore is, but whatever that was, whatever genre that was, ain't for me. Ain't for me. Oh yeah, new Chrissy album. Okay, so I'm gonna keep the cat there for now. All right. I gotta do some censorship on stuff. Give me just a second, y'all. I'll get there. I think we're getting there. Yeah. Yeah, that's it for the most part. Okay, lining everything up. Time to censor the weird bits that nobody likes. Because Jeff Bezos is full of fear. He's full of fear, guys. He's full of fear. He's a coward. He's a coward. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this. Get this. I'm going to keep the back line here. This is what we need to get rid of. Cat can stay. All right. The backgrounds are going to be exactly the same on this. I really don't want to go and draw a bunch of complex ass armor again. So just to make sure that the posing is good, I'm actually just going to go in and do a brief like oversketch again. Just like I did with the other one, and then I'm going to have to modify it later. Because this is Alcest. And he's going to have the whole ass back of the chair. It's not going to be the whole ass back of the chair, but it's going to be half the chair. Let me look at the other one. How wide is this chair back? It's not like that bad. He's going to be, I think, kind of like, I might move it down just a little bit. Hold on. He broke the chair. I'm gonna have to rotate this arm, but that's okay. So that's we'll have the chair. Actually, you know what I can do? You know what I have the power to do? Hold on, I got the power to do that. I'm gonna go in and do another layer really quick where I'm just gonna sketch out this. And then I'm gonna position it in his hand because you know what? I got 2 spoons. I got 2 brain cells and they are barely rubbing together today, but you know. Okay, so now I really need this to not cover his whole face. Whatever this is, I'm also not a fan of this as well. So I'm going to bring his arms in just a little bit, but that's okay. Because I want him to just be kind of peeking over the top of this thing like, oh, fuck! He's like, oh, no! Oh, no! So I'll worry about the arms in just a second. So I'm going to do the arms on a separate layer here, and then we're going to move things until I like them. Okay, who is this? I feel like sometimes my Spotify release radar... Oh, it's 8 Graves. It's just alright. It's just not, it's not like the best ever. It's just meh. Okay, because I'd like to have him... Well, okay, so I'm going to need... Hold on now. I'm going to need him to grab... Hello? Can you rotate? I'm going to need him to grab around the edge that way. And then we're going to do another layer. We're going to have this arm. Move it around so that way we can fit the chair in. I was going to not work while I was in the middle of moving, and then I had an author be like, my book comes out on the 31st of July. Can you like, get this done, like, right now? And I'm like, oh, God. So now I'm, like, all of a sudden doing the inside of a book. Thankfully, it's not like a textbook or anything. So it won't nearly be as bad as Gary's. But it's still pretty bad. It's actually pretty alright. I'm done with the interior of the regular book. I'm waiting for other elements from him, but... I got about 2 spoons and they're competing for space. I'll actually have to put in, I realize I deleted stuff out. I shouldn't have done that. So let me go back over here. I need where the broken part of the chair is, which is, I believe, we're going to just kind of put it like here. I love that he just ripped the entire thing off on accident. That is really funny to me. I'm just gonna do this like really, really casually, and hopefully she will understand, because I just want to make sure that this posing is right before I do anything crazy. Oh, God. I wish that my eyes didn't just fucking hurt, you know? Like, oh my God. Yeah, literally, I feel like I got run over. And this author is a good one, so, you know, I recognize... First, I'm very grateful that he ended up coming back to me anyway, because... he had run into a bunch of issues where I think he got the shit scammed out of him by other editors. Like, so many people are out there that claim to be, like, you know, it's like, well, we're like, I'm a professional editor, and it's like, okay, but what are your qualifications, though? And then they don't actually have any qualifications at all. And so then they charge like $5,000 to edit a book, and then they don't actually do anything. And it's like, well, wait a fucking second. Like, this was like literally the opposite of what you were supposed to do. Like, what? So yeah, point being, people get scammed a lot out of hard-earned money, which sucks. So I'm glad that he felt like I was not problematic enough that I, like, you know, he wanted to work with me again. My proof edit on his work was good enough. So there's that. But also, that's some short notice. I'm very grateful that the book is not like Gary's book, where it was like, oh shit, this is like a whole slew of, let me see what's going on here. It's like a whole bunch of indexes and like non-fiction shit, like table of contents and like references and like all that shit. That shit is crazy. So I'm very glad that I didn't have to like suffer too bad. Not really anyway. This book is just like a regular novel. You know, it's like normal stuff, and like the inside already looks like he's very happy with what I've got going so far. So I'm like, okay, sweet. I don't have to really work on that. I do have to go in and do the overall like ebook version of it, but I'm not super worried about it. Okay, so I'll worry about that. That's where the back of the chair is. I can't. He's just hiding back there. He's like, bro, I'm sorry. My bad. My bad. Don't look at me. My bad. My bad. Okay. Just the sheer panic of like, no, don't electrocute the shit out of him. Don't do it. Yeah, I realized my problem is I am burnt out as all fuck and feeling physically very unwell. And I'm so tired. Oh, I guess this leg is actually going to go in front of the chair. He's like, girl, don't do it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm in a weird spot. I've been in an emotionally, like, very weird place lately. But I recognize part of it is because I just don't feel very good. So that's, like, it's hard for me to parse through, like, do I actually feel bad? Or is this all just, you know, oh, you're feeling kind of yucky-pucky, so... I think as things are, like, settling into place for, like, moving to Canada as well, I'm like, oh, this is, like, real shit that's, like, actually happening, and I'm gonna have to prepare for a bunch of logistics shit, like how to get my stuff across the border and stuff like that, and that's hard. It's like, how do we do all of that shit? I don't know. Also, I feel like whatever is going on with my release radar this week, there was like one good thing, and then now it is Not that great. Right? Well, and there's other medical stuff going on too with me, which is annoying. But it is what it is. PTSD's a bitch, is all I gotta say. Oh my god, it's time for a snack. Actually, I'm gonna finish drinking my smoothie. Okay. Alright. And then we need the cat. Oh my god. I asked Google for an image of a panther rolling on their back, and I was not fucking let down. I was not disappointed. I was not let down. This song is ass. So bad. Alright. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on, guys. Alright, let's see. Let me get this cat in here. And then send this second pose or set of pose stuff. Cat. 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 I gotta like kind of like lay in the ear here. Oh my god. This cat is really cute. Where's the other paw though? I'm gonna kind of put the other paw up like this. This paw goes like this. And then this is the chest. And then I don't know where the leggies are, but I guess it doesn't really matter because he's just kind of rolling over. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and put just the white behind this thing as well, so I don't have to, like, suffer. Okay, so let me turn this on. So let me save this out. Okay, let me see here. Okay, so now let's open it. It's just hard. I'm feeling very bogged down. What I want to do is I want to draw Art of Rolo. I don't really want to work on this commission, and I recognize I don't have much of a choice because work is work. So I gotta just kind of do what I gotta do. And I was trying so hard to not overload myself before I moved, and then I really need $900, so it's like, this is just kind of one of those things. Alright, we're gonna try that. Get out of here. I am very, very tired. Not gonna lie. Where did that layer go? Where the hell? Hello? Where the fuck? There it is. Oh my god, I was like, where the hell is the layer? Can you please? Why? Why? Okay. Okay. I guess... this is not gonna look right. It's hard. Yeah, I'm just done. I feel physically very unwell, and like, I acknowledge that I have to, like, obviously keep going for the sake of, you know, doing business and like keeping work going and stuff like that. It's like, okay. But also, if I could just fucking collapse into the earth, that would be great. Oh, this is the wrong layer. Song is also not good. I need there to be at least good lyrics. Okay, so now let's try this one instead. We'll see how she feels about it. The problem is that when Sika deer antlers get tiny, they get less curvy, because that's how nature works. But alas, nature. That's all I gotta say. Is just, I don't claim to understand what's going on. I'm just a guy. You know what I'm saying? Turn that off. Let me turn that off. Let me see what they... Oh, I think I'm gonna go ahead and work on this just a little bit. I don't really like how... Let me grab this whole thing like this. We're gonna go like this.
go. Alter, welcome back. I'm doing okay. I'm tired as hell. Not gonna lie. Thank you so much for that posture check. I'm gonna sit up and stretch. I'm waiting for feedback from a client on this illustration so that I can go forward and do some more commission work. But otherwise, I'm doing okay. I hope you're doing well. Oh, my back was so crispy. All right, cool. Let me see what my client says really quick. I have somebody asking about submitting a book. All right, so now we got the approval on this one, so I'm going to start with this one since this one is the less brain-bendy of the two, and I'm not doing super great today. But let's go in and finalize some of the line art here. This will be less bad. It'll be less bad than the, like, intense portraits. God damn. Normally I like the show tech. The release radar is betraying me. I'm switching playlists. I'm alright. I'm okay. Yeah, I'm doing alright. I'm just so tired. My brain has been like, you are afraid to sleep, and I'm like, ooh, that's interesting. That's a fun curveball to throw my direction. Thank you for that. I love developing like a sleep phobia. This is great. I actually have a funny story. I'm gonna call it the quadruple whammy, but I do got the triple A's. I am for sure diagnosed ADHD, absolutely diagnosed with not autism, anxiety, but I probably am on the autism spectrum as well. I do flag on the RADSTAR test. So if you ask me, I got that sweet ADHD for sure. But I also have the sweet added little chestnut on top of PTSD as well. So the PTSD's really been like running me over the last couple of months, but like it'll be more manageable once I move. It's part of the reason why I'm moving to Canada. Because the US is just too triggering for me. I can't be here. So eventually I will be free. Actually, in exactly 45 days, I will be no longer in the US, which is going to be really great. So I know that will help, but it's the awkward waiting period until I can get there. And then also all the little stressors that come from, like, you know, actually moving and all of that shit. Like, that itself is stressful, but yeah, I don't mind having spicy brain. It's just when my brain gets too spicy, I need it to not be as spicy. It allows me to do a crazy amount of work, which is great, but also yeah, I'm super excited. Yes, me and my husband are moving to Vancouver. He got into UBC. And it turns out I might actually be an accidental Canadian citizen. I recognize that Canada just expanded its citizenship like laws in terms of like if you have Canadian ancestry, you know, it's like this is how you become a citizen. And there is a chance that I do have a Canadian ancestor, so I could just apply for Canadian citizenship if that's the case. I would have not ever guessed that was going to be the way that this was going to go. But that would be pretty cool. It would just be kind of convenient if that ended up working out. But yeah, I am over the US for sure. This place is a hellscape.
The instability is making my neurodivergent brain very unhappy. But I'm super excited. Oh, thanks, Cal. You beat me to it. You were so fast. You were so speedy.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, that's awesome. I love BC. It's a beautiful area.
I'm very excited. I live in Colorado currently, so I was stoked that we were going somewhere that still has a lot of like mountains and forests, and it's a really nature beautiful place, but then also too has the ocean. I love the ocean and I love seafood, so being landlocked over here in Colorado is kind of the worst. It ain't great, so I'm pretty stoked to actually be able to get seafood. Everything is significantly more affordable in Canada than it is here in the US. Like, I recognize a lot of people assume it's more expensive, and like, given that Vancouver is like a major city, you'd think that that would be the case, but Denver is one of the most expensive cities in the US, and it is bad. So I'm very excited to save money on rent, and also save money on gas, and take the bus places. I'm excited to not have to worry about getting like shot going to the movie theater. That's a big one. I want to be able to just fucking go to the movies again and not worry about it. It's the little things, you know? I have been in the vicinity of like 2 massive major US mass shootings, and I'm so done. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most, is just hopefully the level of peace of mind that comes from not having to deal with that anymore. Very excited. And also being able to maybe get video games jobs too. I did get 2. Well, they're not really like full rejections. I wouldn't consider them full rejections. I got 2 partial rejections from oh, actually I can go in and do this now. From some publishing houses, and it's mostly because they're at capacity. It's not that they're you know, not looking for people for work, but they're just at max capacity because they're small. But I did get offered, so they rejected me from full-time, but I did get offered a you know, like freelance position. They're like, if we're ever looking for freelance editors, we'd love to be able to, you know, add you on. And it's like, okay, sweet. That's really awesome. So it's not quite a full rejection. Not what I'm looking for, but it's not bad. So I'll take it. Some progress is any progress. Here in the US, you just get ghosted. You don't, nobody contacts you again. So, that's pretty awesome. And I think things will get a little bit better in the next couple of months when the game design jobs start to open up a little bit more. I've been working on my portfolio and organizing my website again, so I've been finishing up some narrative design projects. I got to get those on there in case any of those jobs kind of open up. But that's where this gets kind of tricky. But it definitely could be worse. The fact that people are actually sending me messages back going, yeah, we don't have any open positions right now, but your resume is really nice, is like significantly better than what we got going on in the US. Like nobody responds. So I know I'm looking in the right place. It's just a matter of actually getting there.
Oh, nice. That's so fun. Oh my god, the horror emojis. That's so cool. I love little projects like that. That's amazing. There are a lot of emojis, though. That's like, yeah, that's intense. But that sounds really, really fun. Somebody's dog outside my apartment is having an absolute fucking time out there, and I don't know. I'm like, ma'am, is your dog okay? I never know with like small Chihuahua breeds. I'm like, you could be fine, but you could also be choking to death. and I don't know. I don't know. You good, buddy? Oh yeah, that's awesome. It's been a while since I've seen Happy Tree Friends. It's definitely a vibe. What a millennial mood. Oh my god. Happy Tree Friends. Oh, they put ferrets back on YouTube. I don't know if you guys heard the drama about Film Cow's ferrets. Speaking of older millennial content from the days of yore, from the Newground days. But ferrets is officially back up on YouTube, so Google could not get ferrets. They tried. Okay, not bad. All right, so now I'm going to go back down. Well, I'm going to do this chair. Actually, this chair is going to be big. This chair is going to be... Oh yeah, so Ferrets. Oh my god. Okay, so here's some YouTube lore. So Ferrets was an animation made by Film Cow. Film Cow's the same guy who did Charlie the Unicorn. Ferrets, I think, was his first animation that he ever uploaded to YouTube. And it's a satire. You know, like, Charlie the Unicorn's pretty violent. That was kind of the internet theme of, the elder millennial lore was just, it was really gory and really violent for no reason. So Ferrets in its essence is a commentary on the awkward social acceptance of things like genocide, and it's meant to be upsetting. Like that's the whole point. You probably would like Film Cow's stuff then. Charlie the Unicorn is iconic. But YouTube decided that they were going to try and take it down because they were trying to say that it encouraged hate speech, which is definitely not what it is. It is an absolute, like, no, this is, hate speech is not okay, like, violence is not okay. It's just done through the lens of, like, pretty on-the-nose satire, and they were trying to say that it was not appropriate for YouTube or that it violated YouTube's content guidelines. But long story short, Film Cow won. And it went back up, so that was it's considered a huge, like, animation win. It's a lot of, like, yeah, creators should be able to create what they want, and just because it made somebody uncomfortable doesn't mean that it's necessarily, like, hateful, and those are two different things. So yeah, Ferrets, it's funny. I'm not saying it's a pleasant ride. It is definitely millennial humor for sure. It's got Dead Baby vibes, but it's a good one. I love that guy's animation style. Charlie the Unicorn was really formative for me. It's a great animation. I'm like, so you're gonna take the ferrets down, but you're gonna leave the AI slop up? Like, what do you mean? YouTube. Terrifier. No, I've never heard of that. Let me go look it up. Is that... It's technically listed as not rated. Oh yeah, I know the clown though. I've never seen the Terrifier movies. But yeah, I would not consider this a kid's movie, but I also don't tend to watch a lot of horror. When I do, I watch more like psychological horror. So I really like The Babadook, for example, or like Hush. That one's one of my more favorite ones. But also too, like, fantasy horror, so more like Pan's Labyrinth. Yeah, no, Terrifier is listed as not rated, but with the level of gore, it would not be considered acceptable for children. Like, at least here in the US, they would. The reason it's not rated is not because they don't think that it deserves a rating. Typically, when that happens to films here in the US where it gets a not rated rating, it means that it is so gory that it can't even be considered rated M. But if you're talking about the film with, like, the clown, yeah, those are like effectively so mature that they don't have a rating to them. But I would definitely not consider that a kid's movie. There's a lot of intestines. Yeah, if any film has excessive gore, it's like automatically not for a kid's audience. Yeah, I mean, just because it's not for kids doesn't mean that kids are not going to watch it, you know, but it is not intended for a child audience. Most parents would not let their kids watch it. But that's kind of how the rating system works in the US anyway. Sometimes some things are too I don't want to call them provocative. I wouldn't use that word. Like, we don't have a very good rating system, I think, in the US for content. Like, if it was me, I personally would have just rated it as like a, you know, a rated R movie. That's where I would have put it. But like, some people get very squeamish about certain topics, particularly when the gore is like super excessive. And then they chicken out effectively, right? Instead of saying, well, this is just a rated R movie, they go, well, oh, it's so bad it doesn't get a rating, and it's like that's kind of a weird approach in my opinion. I'm not really sure where, like, how they make those logical decisions in terms of like the actual like rating scale for stuff. I think we have a better like rating scales for video games, but those don't really like apply to movies. Because they can't use rated X either, because rated X is for like adult content that's like NSFW content, which is different, you know, so we don't got a good rating system, point being. Yeah, I think Terrifier ends up being a little bit more audience friendly because it's a slasher film, you know, so that reminds me of like the Jason movies or Nightmare on Elm Street or any of those like classic slashers where I think they're not meant to be as like jump scary, but more like they're more fun. They're less intense. More of a social commentary than like you know, we're trying to make this like the scariest thing possible. Yeah, it's pretty iconic. I haven't watched them, but I can see why people love them. I've seen a lot of like really good Terrifier like cosplays. The character designs are really fun. I prefer, if I'm gonna watch like a more traditional horror movie, I definitely prefer slasher movies. I really do like the Jason movies a lot, actually. They're just fun. They're not super serious. But because of my anxiety, unfortunately, my body does not handle like really intense psychological horror super well, and it really depends on the theme of the movie. So I had to kind of step back from that. I used to be a really big like American Horror Story fan, and then it got to the point where unfortunately my PTSD got so bad that it's like, okay, I can't watch this right now because it's just like it's making me sick. So kind of a bummer. I would love to be able to get back into catching up on American Horror Story because I miss it. But I haven't really watched that since like 2017 or 2018. Yeah, some of them are like bad good. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like this is not a good movie, but it's good because it's not good. I also like horror comedies too. Like Wolf Cop is one of my favorite movies. It's so unserious. It also tends to be like pretty, I don't know, it's not like super gory, but there's a lot of really great practical effects in that movie, and it's super funny. It is a great like satire film. So good. Wolf Cop is hilarious. I always recommend Wolf Cop to pretty much everyone. It's so funny. I stumbled on that movie, like across that movie on accident one time, and it was the best accident that's ever happened. Oh yeah, Supernatural's good too. Yeah, I haven't watched the whole show. I did fall off of it at some point just because it started to get a little repetitive. I got to the end of like a major arc, and then I was like, you know what, this is okay. I can stop here. I never went all the way through, but I definitely prefer like creepy horror, so more like like American Horror Story or Addams Family or I also like creepy cute like horror themed stuff, so that's like the Munsters. But I'm trying to think of other stuff. Or actually like the Goosebumps remake from 2023 was actually super good. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, Guillermo del Toro was also a fun like lighter one. Yeah, I like the actor that plays Dean a lot. That's Jensen Ackles, I think. He's super funny. He's a good actor. They definitely made the show like really fun for sure. There's a lot of really good actors in that show. I like the actor that plays Crowley too, the demon. He's great. Wonderful actor.
he's definitely very like standout in my mind for that show. He was super cool. I'm gonna kind of keep, I think, this guy's thing. Oh yeah, Bobby. Yeah, definitely. It's been a minute since I've watched Supernatural. I might go back and give that one a rewatch. I also want to go watch Grimm again. That one was another, it's more of like a supernatural like crime drama. I wouldn't consider it horror in any way. There's not really a lot of horror going on there, but it was also still good. It had a good vibe. Okay, let's see. Not bad. Oh, gotcha. It's only available on Prime. Good to know. Yeah, it used to be on Netflix, I think. Or maybe it was on Hulu. I don't remember. I'll have to go dig it up. I like the premise of that show a lot. It's really fun. And it doesn't take itself too seriously. There's like some really funny stuff that happens in that show. It's nice and like good pacing. But great world building too. I like that a lot. Urban fantasy is awesome. It's a great genre. Or I guess, well, no, I guess that would be urban fantasy. It has some urban paranormal stuff, but it's great. Oh yeah, Lucifer is great. Absolutely. Yeah, that's another one of my favorites for sure. So good. Yeah, so good. The actress that plays the therapist is one of my she's one of my favorite actresses. She's super funny. She does a great job in that show. Yeah, I got to catch up on that. What We Do in the Shadows is another one of my favorite ones where it's more of like a horror comedy. I love that so much. They're great writers too. Okay, there's so much going on with this line art, guys. I'm trying to remember if this person wanted this to be like a fully shaded image. But this is intense. Sleep dreams. Oh. Why? I'm so tired. But you know what? These guys they're coming out okay. I'm almost done with the line art, and then I can move on to the other thing. Normally I like to stagger how I'm doing these so that I'm not like I don't know. I'm not like overdoing it with like color or things like that. But I don't think that that's how this is going to work out. And I would really like to get this done before July so that I don't have to worry about trying to do this and move at the same time. That would be crazy. I am not about that life. The ads have been defeated. Welcome back from Ad Town. Oh, I wonder why they hate Lucifer. That's crazy though. Yeah, I don't feel like there are some moments in the show where I'm like, there's some weird plot holes that happen, but I don't think I found that it was like the writing was so weak or anything that it was like bad, you know? Because Supernatural can kind of hit those spots. I think I stopped around like season 7. Let me figure out where that arc was. Where did I stop? Oh, about season 15, actually. That's how far I got. Or no, just kidding. It was actually the end of season 5. Yeah, so that was where I stopped, I think. And it was mostly I'd have to look at the show again and figure out where the best place to stop is before it starts to get like
I'll have to look at it and figure out where I stopped because I feel like season 5 was too early. Some point in the middle, point being, is where I stopped. Yeah, Lucifer's definitely a bingeable show for sure. It's great. Great pacing, great writing. It's very witty. I really like Neil Gaiman's work a lot, though. He's one of my favorite writers. Now that things are like less crazy with him on his end, I do feel bad. A bunch of really weird stuff happened to him as an author, but he's all right. He's doing okay. I recognize I have to be cautious with like touching on that subject because it's, I think, still pretty touchy for a lot of people, but that's okay. I know what I know. I got the data. I have seen the things. Okay, there's that. So let me get the flat color in, I guess, and then I will, let me see what this lady wanted. Full shading, simple background. I really should put in the work because what I don't want to have happen, I'm going to go ahead and do these flat colors here. Let me just open these ones. What I don't want to have happen is I don't want to have to owe this lady for any kind of overage for a dev edit that she's doing for me, so I got to be very careful with that. Okay, I'm going to go with kind of a dark purple color for literally everything. And then we'll go from there. But otherwise, I think that this is coming along. It's at least doing it, you know? Something is happening. I'm not really sure what, but something is happening. The thing is thinging. Maybe I'll do the background on this as well. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to start with Alcest first, and then go down. Dragon face, dragon face. There's not really a lot going on here, actually. Slowly but surely. Oh my god. My eyes hurt. Ooh, Hydrate, thank you so much for the reminder. Everybody should drink some water or some other kind of beverage so that way we don't dehydrate and get crispy. Let me go ahead and keep working on my smoothie. Slowly, I will get through it. I'm almost to the bottom. Oops. I never draw Dragonborns ever. Dragonborns look silly from the front. Dragons just look silly from the front. Water does suck, though. I 100% agree. I always hydrate with something else. I've been drinking a lot of, like, the, like, Gatorade water, though. It's like those little packets that you put in the water and it makes it taste like juice or something, and that has helped a lot. But you're right, I definitely do not like just, like, regular water. It's very rare that I drink that. I hydrate mostly with, like, tea. Tea is my #1 go-to. I love tea. Occasionally I'll have a coffee, but that's not nearly as often. I don't remember where these pieces are that are silver. I think I just gotta kind of just, like, wing it here. But that's okay. Same, though! Older same. Yes. The ADHD hits real hard, and I'm like, I haven't eaten in 12 days! And it's like, this is not good. I messed up. It's very dry where I live. I live in a desert, so it's like drinking water is one of those things where you can't really forget. So I've been trying to be better about it. You should definitely go get a snack. We have a snack redeem in here for that reason. I'll forget to eat for like 8 hours. But yes, go get a snack if you're feeling up for it. I tend to like double up like beverages and food. So smoothies are like my BFF. They're quick to make and easy to eat. I've been definitely better about it recently, but it's hard when you feel like super sick. It's like eh. Oh, speaking of snacks, I'm gonna count the like massive amount of smoothie that I just drank as a snack as well, because it is pretty hefty. Okay, I also need to go in and finish cleaning up this armor. This has like this smoothie that's in front of me is like 1,200 calories. It definitely counts as food. That's effectively the only way I like manage to continue to survive, honestly, is effectively like liquid food. Makes it easy. Yep. Yeah, you can definitely doctor food to work in your favor in that way. But lots of hello? There we go. Lots of extra fruit and also other things that can add in calories like peanut butter or oatmeal. But yeah, these things end up being with like milk and everything in there as well. Anywhere from like 900 to around 1,200 calories depending on how I make it. Extra vitamins, like all of that stuff. And I do eat solid food just typically in the morning. It's super hard for me to do so. My body does not like eating like food. It's better when I'm not stressed out, but my brain is split pea soup, but that's okay. I wish. Yeah, no, but yeah, this is Atari. That's my little stream avatar. His name's Atari. He's a character from one of my books. But he is an android. Yeah, he's from Earth, and he's a little mess. He also got PTSD. I'm not gonna lie. His brain is scrambled eggs, but he's all right. He's doing okay. Ooh woo. Now he's cute. I love the ooh mode so much, though. Atari is love. Atari is life. I'm so excited, y'all. We get to read the second part of that book on Friday, and Atari finally shows up. So you guys get to enjoy whatever that is when we get to it. I hope you like him. I've been waiting for almost a decade to expose Atari to the world, so you guys get the first blast of that. I'm not sorry. He's wonderful. I love him to death. Oh, well, actually... Okay. There's that guy. I'm also going to go with... It's tricky because this red curtain, I'm going to maybe go more of like an umber color for the curtain. I'm just going to kind of throw this into the back right now so that I can see what I'm doing. Boop. Ah, but this is... I do have some commands. Not a lot of them, but some. I'll see. I'll see what I do with this background, because blue I think is going to ultimately look better, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
It's hard because I almost want to do red because it's a really regal color. I may end up doing purple though, to be honest. I am gonna send this back over to her, I think, just to double check on the background colors once everything is all together, and then I'm gonna explain that I'm going in and I'm gonna hand paint the background so there's no line art for it. Durante is my favorite. I have a penchant for Dompier or vampire characters, but he's cute as shit. He's so cute. He's just trying his best. He doesn't know what's going on. Oh, can you tell the watch? Apparently, watch time is broken. I'm like, the math ain't mathin'. That ain't right. Yeah, I'm like, something got messed up on the back end there. I don't know what it is. I don't claim to know what Stream Elements has got going on. It's doing its best. The math ain't mathin'. Yeah, because I just don't want to lose him back there. This is a hard color question. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm going to play with the color, and we'll go from there. All of these little details are really tiny for no reason. That is a good question. Yeah, I don't know the answer to that. No one, I don't think anyone really uses that command, which is a surprise. I have them all there, but they're like the default, whatever the default Stream Elements is. Oh, nope. So that means it's just straight up broken. This is broken. Stream Elements. Man, whoever's dog is out there is, I'm not even joking, guys. It is freaking out. I'm just going to do this manually because it's so tiny. It's not going to... Let's see. Oh. I'm going to go with a more like blue tone. Yeah, wow, that dog. When I say that there's a doggo out there, it is having a time out there. I don't know what it's barking at. Okay, I'm gonna get some spots on there. Oh, thank you, Alter. I appreciate it. This has been a fun project, but I am so tired. I've been doing a lot of pieces for this one person, and it's fun, but I am very tired. I'm getting ready to do that move, so it's been like a lot of like, all right, how fast can I get through this thing before totally losing it? I think. Good night forever. My body is like, time to go to sleep. I go with like a glowy blue. Oh, cool. Yeah, Lear and Chips are both great. They're the best. I'm gonna do like kind of a dark eye color for this little guy too. We'll see what they think about that. They might want to change it. Yeah, I'm also ancient, so I think that helps. Like, as soon as you reach a certain age threshold, all of the zest for life gets sucked out of your body, and you're just really tired all the time. I'm normally pretty high energy. You also kind of caught me on a day where I'm not feeling so hot, but that's okay. It's just kind of how that goes. But I can be pretty intense, but definitely not as intense, I don't think. I'm gonna go get my little old man hat. Yeah, I'm 32. I'm old as snot. I'm starting to near Unk territory. I almost want to do more of a redwood. Let's do that instead. Yeah, this color for this background, the more I'm looking at it, the more I don't like it. Blue is going to look the best, but it's hard. I'll leave it alone, and we will see what she decides for that. I also accidentally forgot his arm. My bad. Alright, so let's get her in here. Yeah, I feel like I've simultaneously been alive for a really long time, but also I feel like I have not been alive for... I've been alive for exactly 0.3 seconds. It's a very weird place to be. As you get older, the like amount of like time starts to slow down. There's like a weird phenomenon that happens where it's like all of a sudden time means nothing, and it's very weird. But also too, I think for me being neurodivergent, time doesn't really pass in the same way. So a lot of people assume, like, I get asked all the time, they're like, are you like 20? And I'm like, no, I'm actually like a decade older, but I'm not as stiff as like a lot of people my age, I guess. Have fun taking out the stanky trash. Bye. Stanky trash. Okay, so let me see here. We ended up making that not gray. That's purple. So the gray is in the middle of the dress. Yeah, I use a lot of like, I guess because I'm a writer and I spend a lot of time on the internet, I'm super comfortable with new slang or like learning new words, playing new games. Like being an artist also helps too. I'm not like, I feel a lot of older millennials especially get stuck in like the vacuum of I only like certain things or I only do certain things. You know, so I'm like, I tend to not do that. I love like experiencing new stuff, watching new movies. But I tend to like, yeah. I don't know. I also don't have kids, you know? I just got out of grad school a couple of years ago, so I've, like, my life has not gone the, like, same trajectory as a lot of, like, older millennials have. I'm technically a cusper. I was almost a Gen Z, but not quite. I've got cousins who are like legit like 70 years old. It's really weird. I'm like a part of the youngest. I'm like the youngest set of cousins in a family made up of mostly Gen Xers and boomers, and it's super weird. I don't know what happened. I'm like, I'm just here. I just do what I do. I let them do what they got going on over there. See, that was a little bit, it's a little intense. We're gonna go with this color instead. Yeah, my family was weird. My parents waited for a really long time to have kids, so they were like 35. They were kind of older. And then all of my older aunts had kids at like legit like 15 years old. So all of my older cousins are like ancient. They're so old. And then like I only have one cousin that's younger than me. So it's a weird time. Wild time to be alive. I'm kind of glad I don't give off, like, to be honest, like, old man energy, though. I'm very grateful that, like, the people I hang out with are really amazing, and, like, I don't get stuck in that trap of, like, the, like, old man get off my lawn trap. Where is... Oh, okay. Welcome back. Oh, thank you for that posture check, Redeem. I was starting to get kind of slouchy. Not gonna lie. I was getting a little crusty there. What was the poofy sleeve? The sleeve is blue. I may or may not have accidentally messed up the design of this dress, but I'm not going to think about it too hard because you know what? I'm tired. I don't got time for that. This looks good enough and I'm not going to worry about it because is anybody going to notice? Probably not. Yeah, it's taken me a long time to get here. It just mostly takes practice, you know what I'm saying? The more you practice different styles, the better you'll get at them, but again, I am ancient. My art used to look like when I was like back in middle school, so this would have been like probably like 13, I think. You go find it. I always bring this up because this is funny. This was like what my stuff looked like when I was 13, you know? So like things definitely change over time. Things take a lot of practice and like you just have to kind of just keep doing it until you get better. But I've been effectively practicing for like 20 years, you know. I am ancient. I'm so old. Yeah, everybody starts in different spots. I definitely was not good when I got to art school. Like, there were people who were way, way, way better than me. And I feel like I got good, like good really last year. But grad school helped a lot, I think. I had better teachers there, so it was easier for me to actually get good at what I wanted. And then this is this color as well. Purple. This is a different purple, though. It's not the same as the other guy's purple. This is different purple. Same purple, but not same purple. Ah, the chair is messed up over there. That's okay. We got it. Man, that person with the dog must have just moved in recently, because I definitely have been living here for like 2 years and I've never once heard that dog in my life. I'm like, who are you? Where did you come from? Where? Why? Why? It's giving, my dog was annoying, so I put it outside, and now it gets to annoy everybody else, too. It's like, oh. Fascinating. What an interesting turn of events.
They gotta watch out. The dog's gonna get eaten by a hawk. That is a real thing that happens over here. I have seen a hawk take out an entire chihuahua. Okay. She's looking good. Yeah, I like low-key feel bad. People are like, "Oh, my dog will be outside." Okay, and I'm like, "Yo, we got bobcats. Like, don't do that." The bobcat will win. The mountain lion will definitely win, and the coyote will probably win. Like, nature is insane. Don't you be doing that. I don't really understand people that like just leave their dogs outside, to be honest though. I'm like, you could be spending your time to train the dog and make it not bark, but instead you chucked it outside. Oh yeah, I forgot that this guy's legit in like all black. I don't really have to do a lot with him, to be honest. I wish that I could just cell shade this thing. I'd be a lot happier if I could just do that. That'd be cool. Yeah, exactly, Alter. It's like, why did you get the dog if you don't want to take care of it? Like, that doesn't make any sense. I think that they expect, like, especially small dogs to be quiet or like to not really do much, but it's like small dogs have a lot of energy. And Chihuahuas used to be like rat hunting dogs, so they run. Those guys they got the need for speed. They're like the most high energy dogs I've ever seen in my life. It's a weird call. Weird choice. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, dogs are amazing. Therapy animals are really, really cool. For sure. Well-trained dogs are just excellent, like, little friends. I'm not a huge dog fan, but also I recognize that a lot of the dogs that I've been around in my life have not been very well-trained. They're just, like, they were okay. They were either very high energy or, like, overstimulating to me, so it was hard to be around them. But I definitely don't blame the dog for that. It was just, like, bad training. God, this guy wears so much black. Okay. Yeah, this will work. God, there's so much going on over here. Okay. I'm gonna have to clean it up a little bit, that's alright. The amount of leather on this dude. No arrow is getting to him. Oh my god. Welcome back, welcome back. No, I appreciate it though. AdTown gives me Jeff Bezos money, and honestly, I do appreciate it. Sometimes the ads aren't so bad, but they are definitely an annoying part of life. My Twitch payouts ain't big, but it definitely does help. Actually, you know what? The more I'm looking at this, the more I think that actually this is a centerpiece of the outfit. There we go. Better. Jeff Bezos can fund me leaving Canada $1 at a time. Thanks, Jeffrey. Oops. Here we go. Lots of little, tiny little things. So many little metal details. One doll hair is better than no doll hairs. I agree. I agree. Having at least one doll hair is helpful. Okay, not bad. So now, let me figure out, what if we went with, like, let's see. I'm gonna go see what kind of colors they used historically for, like, royal photographs. Maybe, like, a dark green? Royal portraits are really boring looking, I'm realizing. I have a feeling I'm not gonna like this one. You know, you start to lose them. I'm gonna go with maybe a brighter red than this. And I can just hope that Durante doesn't just get completely lost in the background. I think he's okay. I think he's okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave this. We're going to save this one out. Do you also eat doll hairs? Thankfully, I don't have many doll hairs to eat. I do accidentally eat cat hairs all the time, though, because my cat's nasty. So, he'll, like, stick his whole foot in my mouth, and I'm like, bro, please. This is unacceptable behavior. Yeah, ads are helpful. They don't make a lot, but yeah, I agree. It's like a little bit of help is better than no help for sure. Get that sweet monetization money. I believe it. Spiders are great. If there's a will, there's a way. Same with ants, though, actually. There's like a bazillion ants. There are so many ants. Like, an obnoxious amount of ants. I have eaten an ant. I've never eaten a spider, although tarantulas are on my list of things to eat. I think the average human eats like one or two spiders in their lifetime. They eat... most of the time, we do not eat spiders. It's actually very unlikely, but it can happen. People are bound to eat at least one weird thing. One weird bug in their whole life. At least on accident. I eat bugs on purpose, though, so that's different. I've definitely had a bee try and fly in my mouth, and that was, like, awful. Never again. I was like, bro, this is not where you belong. Amigo, this is not the place for you. I guess technically a lot of people have eaten mold. If you eat, like, blue cheese, that counts. God, that dog is still going, guys. He's still going. Oh, was this the mold conversation that you were telling me about, Cal? Have we come full circle? I think we've come full circle. We were talking about that the other day. I wrote a book about an alien that's getting slowly killed by fungus, and so it seemed relevant. This little guy's really cute. Oh yeah, there's some... Well, I mean, technically all curdles are like... I don't think that it's technically mold. But there are definitely a lot of raw milk cheeses that are effectively almost, like, at that stage. I'm trying to think of, like... I guess I wouldn't count fresh cheese into that, but like a lot of like raw milk cow cheese is effectively just like really thick milk because it's kind of at that stage. I'm scared of sour milk though. I don't mess around with that. My dad almost died in his youth by drinking or eating a nasty green ham, and I'm not sure why he decided that that was going to be a good idea. But he almost did not survive, so I'm glad that the ham did not kill my dad. But yeah, some cheese does have mold in it. So like blue cheese does have mold in it because all the blue. That's what that is in there is mold. But it is a safe edible mold. Like you can just eat that and it's like it's no biggie. It's beautiful. Oh, that's a vegan blue cheese though. That's different. That's different. Yeah, I like this. There are like other fermented foods too that have like edible mold on it, like stinky tofu and stuff. But I haven't had that. That's on my to try list as well. Yeah, valid. Some blue cheese is nasty. I'm very particular about my blue cheese. It's got to be like very mild because the more astringent it is, the more my mouth is like, bro, you don't like that. I'm like, I get it. I understand. I've eaten some funky stuff, but you're definitely right. Like some blue cheese can be like getting punched directly in the throat, and that's not necessarily a fun experience. All right, I'm gonna go look at this little guy's barbels. I gotta flip him upside down. Okay, barbel. I really don't want this to cross his eye, but I think that we're going to be stuck in a spot where, unfortunately, that's going to be kind of the vibe of what's happening here, but that's okay. I'm going to give him a little blip. This cat's going to be blepping. It makes sense. No, I forgot that I have some charcuterie stuff in the fridge, actually. I forgot that there's cheese in there. I have no idea what that is, but I will trust you on it. I'm pretty adventurous. I tend to not like be afraid of eating a lot of stuff. I typically don't care. The only food I don't like is lasagna. And I don't know. I know what happened to me, but I understand the nature of the lasagna curse. Maybe one day I will find a lasagna that I like, but today is not that day. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never had that. But yeah, there's a lot of like fruit foods that we have. But yeah, like I think like most Moscato, there's like a variety of Moscato that uses that mold to make like the sweetest wine ever. It's like it is like yeah, really valuable. It's considered like a delicacy for sure. Yeah, I think as humans have become more commercialized, people get afraid of eating stuff that we historically have eaten. You know, it's like that type of wine has been around for forever, so it's hard when people are like that's nasty and it's like, well, it's also super expensive for a reason because people really like it. So it's like yes and no. It's like high concentrations of fructose in there. I'm sure the first person who discovered that was like, guys, I've unlocked the secret of the universe. And if we let it sit in some alcohols, then it's gonna get real tasty. If we let it just kind of cook. I'm letting it cook. I want to know who the first person was like, guys. I found this weird stinky fruit on the ground and I ate it and it was awesome. Humans are funny. I'm sure we saw monkeys doing it first though. Monkeys get drunk all the time. Deers get drunk all the time. I've seen drunk deers. That is a sight. Drunk deers are super funny. But also road hazards, actually. I thought I was going to be able to work on my portfolio today, but it's looking like that is not going to happen. And that's okay. I have to grade a bunch of student assignments today, and I don't want to do it. I don't wanna. Cat. Okay. Who do I want to start with? I'm going to start with the chair, actually. Oh my god, you're not working on a mold fanfic. I trust Lear with my life. That is funny, though. And actually, mold is really, like, it's such an interesting... Like, fungus is interesting. Just at the end of the day, it is really cool. My most recent villain in my science fiction is infected with mold, and it made her cray-cray, and now she's trying to kill everybody. She doesn't want to die the mold death. It's not working. No pilk. No pilk. It's really funny, though. Cal, do you know about dirty sodas? Because now Dunkin' has, like, their own dirty sodas, but they're dirty soda coffee, so it's effectively just pilk. And people are, like, going crazy for it here in the US. I do think it's kind of funny. So that came, like, full circle. We somehow just, like, ended up just putting it on a menu. It finally happened. I love how this man... I want to know how this chair got broken. I want to know what happened. Oh, they don't use cream. Oh, yeah, that changes the texture a lot, too. It would be okay. I feel like you need the fat binder to counter the, like, acidity of the soda. So maybe whole milk might be fine, but, like, as soon as people start putting skim milk and stuff, I get scared. Not gonna lie. I'm like, I don't know about this, guys. Yeah, because we do dirty, they're called dirty sodas here in the US, where you mix cream and, like, it's typically like cream and Dr. Pepper or cream and Coca-Cola, and then you can add in other flavors like orange or, like, cream soda flavor or, like, other stuff. Honey flavor sometimes. So in theory, it's good. I'm gonna have to go get his picture open again because I don't remember what this guy's hands look like. I don't remember. I'm like, I don't know. I've never seen you before in my life, sir. I am kind of getting away with covering up like 90% of his face, and I'm not really mad about it. I want to move to Texas. Should I? As someone who's actively fleeing the US for being alive, I would not recommend moving to Texas to any human. They have, like, one of the highest costs of living, one of the lowest wages. It's hot as hell. There are tarantulas and scorpions everywhere. They constantly have natural disasters that the government does not help them deal with. And everybody is constantly trying to kill each other. So, in my personal estimation, I would say no. It's genuinely a really horrible place to live. Everybody is dying of cancer. Like, it ain't good. People legitimately will, like, go for weeks without electricity because their power grid fails. Like, it's rough.
In my opinion, I would consider some parts of Texas to be like the worst place in the US to live. It doesn't really beat out Louisiana or Missouri, but it's up there. It's like the competing cousin. And there are some parts of Texas that are just really beautiful, but also too, if you're brown, neurodivergent, or LGBTQ plus or disabled, they will fucking make it your problem, and it becomes an incredibly hostile place to live. And they're currently putting like immigrants in concentration camps down there, so I have strong feelings about the US, which is why I'm leaving. Yeehaw. Yeah, see, dirty sodas are not quite like a float. It is more like half milk, half Pepsi, to be honest. Because I'm sure somebody got the idea because they were like, well, if you let the ice cream melt in the soda, it like gets tasty. You know, like when dealing with like a root beer float or whatever. I get it. I understand how we got there, but like, yeah, it's pretty watery or thin, I should say, and it is because it is like mostly just milk, and they're not bad. I definitely wouldn't drink them all the time, but like, it's definitely a time. But I also think it depends on what you mix it with too. That really is the question. That is the question. Okay, now I gotta draw all of this armor again. I'm gonna get done with this commission and I'm gonna be like, look, ma'am, I'm never drawing your characters ever again. I'm sorry. I'm never doing this again. Ma'am? Madam? I probably should put some kind of fixture on the side of this to close it. I'm making this unnecessarily complicated for myself, but that's okay. Not bad. I just want to know how he broke it. I have a lot of questions. I haven't read this book, though, so I don't know. I know nothing about these characters. I am just a guy. Y'all, my eyeballs are so itchy. I need the plants to stop trying to climb into my eyes. That would be pretty sick, actually, if it would just chill out. That would be pretty awesome. It would truly be a good day. Okay. Just it's the broken chair for me. And that's so funny though. I can't. If I can get Alcest done before I end stream, that would be pretty cool. I don't know if that's what's gonna happen, but we're gonna try. And then I have to go grade, unfortunately. actually going to do his torso first. I did not draw his elbows in this original portrait. Oh, yes, I did, actually. I'm full of lies. I'm a lying liar pants. Yeah, I think it'll get better when I move to Canada, to be honest. Things have just been so insanely stressful that I'm like, I am pretty stoked to not have to deal with it anymore. And then once I have some time to actually sleep, it'll be better. Okay, let me flip. Flip! Flip, I say. Oof, yeah, that's rough. Being on a bus for that long is legit exhausting. I did that once where we drove from Colorado to Florida, and it was truly the longest road trip of my life. I was in a minivan. And we like slept in the van. It was crazy. We did that drive in like 5 days, I think. I would not recommend that to anybody. Legit awful. Flip. This is not what I want. That is also not what I want. We're going to go like this instead. There we go. That's cool, though. That's cool. I mean, Canada's pretty wide. I think a lot of people come to North America and they don't realize, like, how much stuff there actually is. Like, my family, my in-laws from the Philippines were talking about coming over and visiting my husband, and they were like, yeah, you know, we'll just get in the car and we'll drive around a little bit. We can go and drive from Toronto down to San Francisco. We can see both Canada and the US. And I was like, but how long do you think that's gonna take you? And they were like, I don't know, like a couple of days. And I was like, I mean, if you're driving like 22 hours a day, like, if you're really like going for it. Yeah, because it sounds like a fun road trip. I think she just assumed that they were going to be able to do it in like 2 hours. And I'm like, this is not how this works. I don't know how to tell you, but this ain't it. You are going to be driving for forever. You're going to be trapped in the car. And then you're going to get to Kansas and you're going to be really sad. You're going to be so sad. You're not going to want it. It's just a peaceful short ride. Yes, exactly. With hours and hours and hours of nothing in between. Literally traumatizing. Not gonna lie. Kansas is the worst place that I've ever driven through. Actually, maybe it was Nebraska. I don't know. Both were bad. Both were bad. There was so much dust. It was like, I don't know, man. There's a reason Children of the Corn is a thing. And I blame both Indiana and Kansas for it. Okay.
So I'm gonna need to give him some kind of, like, pauldrons or something. And thankfully he's hiding mostly... Actually, no, I won't, because he's hiding mostly behind this little... This broken chair will actually be okay. I might give him some armor over here, though, so he doesn't look too narrow. Yeah, true. Yeah, people assume that a lot about the US, too. It's like, this is not... You're gonna be stuck in the car for forever. Like, it takes, like, 8 hours to get from one side to the other in a plane. Like, it's not gonna be short. Like, I think it's hard for people to imagine that in order to fly from Vancouver to, like, Halifax is the same flight distance from New York City to Greece. Like, it's like half the globe. It is so far. This lady looks like she's ready to, like, just throw hands. She's ready to fight somebody. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that. Yeah, Canada's wide. And then also I think there's like a lot going on up top too, like in like the Northern Territories or like the Yukon area that I think Americans also especially they just like forget about. There's like an entire like polar area up there and everyone's like, "What?" It's like, "Yes, there is indeed ice." A lot of it. Anything in particular you're excited to see up here? Hi, Melpomenea. Like, a lot, actually. There's a lot of stuff that I've already just, like, really enjoyed. Like, we went to the Vancouver Aquarium. Amazing. Really, really fun experience there. I like that. I can't wait to see the Vancouver Zoo. I just like zoos. I just think they're really nice. But mostly being near the ocean is what I'm excited about. I can't wait to be actually, like, near seafood. And also, the one thing I'm super stoked about is Filipino restaurants. Like, there are a lot of Filipinos in Denver, but there are legitimately no restaurants. I don't know what happened. And like, there have been occasionally a couple of restaurants, but they all closed because they're not, like, that great. So it's really difficult to get, like, good Filipino food. So I'm excited to be around more Filipinos where I can enjoy, like, a wider variety of Filipino food without it being, like, expensive. But I do hope to like go see other places in Canada. At some point I do want to go back to Toronto. I've only been over there in like the airport, so I don't really consider that as like counting. But going and checking out like Nova Scotia or Newfoundland would be also amazing as well for like different coastal reasons. It can be really fun. Getting to see like new parts of the Rockies and going on hikes, those kinds of things are going to be exciting too. This man has seen things. He's fine. He's made a horrible mistake. This chair was a rental. I forgot Yukon existed, to be honest. Honestly, it's like so far up there. It is definitely like way up there. I feel like that happens to me in like all the Midwestern United States. I'm like, oh yeah, Idaho. Idaho is a thing that I should probably remember is over there. They just don't really do much. This is it. This is the image to end all images. I'm gonna need to remember to like make his head wider. I gotta edit it after I get the main shape in, and then we'll expand it out, make it a little wider. Yeah, honestly, it's like really sad, but I feel like this is like an indication of truly the American experience, but I'm excited to be able to go to concerts. because kind of where we're at in the US right now is like it's not really safe to even like go to concerts, you know. I haven't done like a music event that was not at like a super small venue in a while. So being able to go and enjoy like going to events or going to the movies or those kinds of things, like I'm super excited about that. Oh, guess who has not saved this image at all this entire time? It was me. Don't be me, guys. We're good. Okay, so let me adjust this head so that way he's a little bit broader. Come here, buddy. Oh, this is on 2 separate layers. Yeah, that's all right. Y'all wish me luck. I gotta record a video announcement for my students too. I don't want to do it. I don't wanna. Okay, so let me go in and let me clean up the rest of his face. And then this guy will be pretty much done. I'm not saying I strategically placed him behind stuff so that I didn't have to draw him, but I did. Hi, Chips. How you doing? We finished the line art for this. That's effectively what we did. And I got the color in, so now I got to double check with this person to see if they like it. And then I got to finish up the line art for the other one. This man broke a chair. The cat gives 0 shits. He doesn't care. He's living his best life. Look at him. Look at him. He's doing a blep. Is it easier to have references or do it from your mind? I always use references. As somebody who, like, because I'm a professional college animation teacher, right? And there are some people that can draw from their mind, but the best artists in the world will always use reference. And it just makes things more accurate. And also makes it so that it's less work for you as the artist, too. So sometimes I can fix things or correct things with my mind quickly, but I find it's much faster to just use the reference, especially for things you don't draw often. And you get more practice and then you can draw things from your memory, if they're simple, you know, but... Okay, well, on that note, I'm gonna go. My eyeballs itch. The nature's trying to kill me. But I'll be back tomorrow. We'll be doing some, like, relatively boring editing on sprints. So bring fun projects to work on, and I'll be working on getting Mirror Gaze edited. But I hope that you all have a good rest of your day. Thanks again for people subbing over on YouTube. I appreciate it. And I will see you all later. Bye-bye.